Welcome to Violet Light Tarot. This is the Capricorn reading for lessons and takeaways for July of 2020. Welcome to all Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and of course cross watchers are also always welcome. Please note this is going to be a collective reading for all of the Capricorn audience, so please take what resonates. Don't make anything fit that doesn't fit your particular energies. If you're looking for something very specific to you individually, please check the description below. There's the link to the website where you can purchase a personalized reading. So Capricorn, how has your July been? Leave a comment. Let us know. You're starting out with the 10 of Wands. So, burdensome maybe, or carrying things that, just carrying too much, or maybe even things that don't belong to you. One of the other piles had that as well, that it turned out that the burdens, I think it was Leo, the burdens that they were carrying were actually not theirs to carry. You also have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So your intuition with regard to your work life and your finances may be a little bit off at this particular time. It could also have something to do with not thrift spending, or being a little bit more careful with your funds as well. We also have the wheel for you. It's Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Time, Wheel of the Year, and it's actually upright, so that's good. That's overall, it's a positive turn, of course. And your final card for your actual message is going to be the Page of Cups. So a little bit in the childlike energy with regard to emotions, love, that kind of thing. Maybe feeling a little puppy love over the spring. Also, it could be somebody that you've been dealing with that's been that way as well. So let's get some clarifiers, because I'm not quite sure what I'm seeing as far as all of the information. But that first clarifier that just took a flying leap off the table is actually the Knight of Swords, to clarify the 10 of Wands. So the Knight of Swords is very fast-moving energy, very fast-moving messages that came towards you that put an end to a burden that you had been carrying for quite some time, I think. It could have been something to do with your finances. It could have been something to do with your friendships and interpersonal relationships. The message you received was, I'm getting the idea that the message that you received was a truth that literally helped you to see that you have carried these burdens and this load for as far as you really needed to, and possibly even a little bit further. You have the 5 of Wands in reverse, so the idea of combat or arguments with regard to your finances, arguments with regard to your work, that's kept you sort of out of your power, your love for what you do. And some of you, I think, actually may be lawyers. I'm getting a weird sense that some of you may be lawyers, and the fact that you can't argue cases at this time has got you sort of out of your element with regard to your 3D life, your home life, your career life. Everything's kind of been put on hold. Maybe, I don't think the court system is really back in play yet in a lot of countries, so you've been sort of missing that debate, missing that chance to at least verbally spar with somebody else. It could also be physical, slightly, just from that card by itself. I'm just, because as soon as I had said spar, that I'm actually getting a little bit of, it could be physical sparring. I think that would actually be more in tune with the Queen of Wands, though, as opposed to the Queen of Pentacles, unless it happens to be a gym that you own, and maybe you're worried or that the finances aren't going to come through, and therefore you're not going to be able to reopen, or it's been too long since you've been closed. That kind of thing. So that's literally for like one person, but yeah. Whenever I see something like that, even though it comes down to like a very narrow niche in the reading, I will still always say it, because that reader is going to be watching this, and they're going to need that information. You do have the Fool card. That's clarifying the wheel, which is awesome. The wheel being on the upswing. Oops, too many cards. The wheel being in the upswing is actually, or like turned right side up, is a positive. That means that life is going ahead for you at this time. And it's actually allowing you to start that new journey that you've wanted to start. So you literally have come out of, I think you've come out of that stasis with regard to being able to speak your mind. Whatever this burden is that you've been holding on to, you've let go based on this information that you've received. It has had you a little bit not in your own self, as it were, with regard to your finances lately, but everybody's been kind of sitting with that kind of energy lately. But it could also be that. It could be that you've kind of been very unsure of your finances, or unsure of what's going on as far as what the next month will hold. But thankfully it hasn't made you bitter, it hasn't made you angry, which is good. I mean, Capricorn, you're usually very, very even as far as being down to earth and grounded in your behaviors and your responses as well anyway, so. I honestly only want one card to finish off your reading and find out what your takeaway is, of course, because we do have that Page of Cups sitting here just waiting to find out what he's talking about, or she's talking about. Call it for me, Capricorn. I'm about to just pull a card for you. There we go. Ah, would you look at that? Doesn't that look familiar? That's you. Devil energy. Not that you're all devils, of course, but the devil, goat, etc. goes with Capricorn. So it doesn't necessarily have to be evil. It can be deceitful as well. It can be also with regard to vices. So you have had this sort of childish energy lately, a childish offer, and it may actually be you, like internally, really wanting to fall back on a vice that you have. And it can be anything from smoking to bags of chips to anything like that kind of thing. Just because you've been in that burden for so long, you finally came out of it when you realized that it wasn't actually yours to carry, but you've been feeling very yourself. That doesn't even come out as, remotely good English. You've kind of lost your intuition with regard to your finances and your business, but thankfully you're okay as far as not being combative. Alternately, you're wanting to be more combative, either physically in the sense of a gym or verbally in the sense of contracts, legal negotiations, court cases, that kind of thing. that's been kind of on hold right now, but the wheel is turned up, which means things are like, with the wheel, it's always in motion. So it's on the upturn right now. The journey has started for you in this new venture. It's something that you are excited about with regard to like your actual level of, I want to say giddiness, but it doesn't really come with Capricorn, but for some reason the word giddiness is coming to me. And you've got this offer, or this person that's coming towards you, and it could be somebody else's energy, it could be a younger person's energy that you're dealing with. But that younger person that's coming towards you, it does have the devil energy underneath it, which, like I said, I'm seeing that more as vice than anything else. So they may have a vice that you used to have and have outgrown, and because of where you're at right now, you may be a little bit more apt to fall back into old patterns and old habits. So what I'm seeing for your July takeaway and lesson, Capricorn, is to really keep yourself whole, keep yourself with your boundaries set and really knowing where you are, because especially with regard to whatever that habit is that you've already overcome, you've already leveled up from that particular state, and you really, really, really don't need to go back to that. So it's a bit of a cautionary tale as to what's happened in July, and I just see that the takeaway right now is to just be aware of your surroundings. You of course have free will as far as what decision you happen to make, but right now your best bet is to keep your boundaries high and really examine what that new offer is and what that person is actually bringing to the table, both figuratively and literally, and just keeping yourself at your own level. So Capricorn, this is your reading. It's been wonderful reading for you. Thank you so much for joining. And please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll be doing the August predictions in the next day or so. And yeah, thank you again. Bye for now.